own words, but then once Elder Mangakahia explained it to the stake president, we totally saw the potential for this to go to the entire stake. And so it went from a ward activity to a stake activity. For those who are not following me, don't worry about it. But just to let you know that this event has been made possible by the efforts of everyone here, all the emails that were get sent from the person to draw this, getting everything, the food, the pavilions, and just, so to start off, I want everybody to give each other a big, huge, massive round of applause. So before I give the mic over to Elder Mangakahia, and it took me about 6 months to figure out his name. In our house, we started calling him Elder Mama Kamhia, and other variations that I'm not allowed to say. But we love him, and we love him with the efforts. And just to give you a brief history before I give you the mic over to him, his dad does this presentations into schools. He goes to schools, and he goes to elementary schools, high schools, and he does this presentation about Polynesia and the spirit of, and he ties it to his history and to who he is and where he comes from. And Elder knows the workshop, and so, I mean, we're really, really excited because even though it's being presented here and him, like, I mean, the origins of this comes all the way back from Australia and all the way back from Polynesia, and I mean, there was love and effort. And just to give you a history of him, of the Elder, he danced for the National the Australian Ballet Company. He's been published, he's toured, he's come to Toronto to tour with the company. He's got videos. You need to go to YouTube. You'll see him in diapers. Okay? So his talent didn't just start a couple of years ago. He's been dancing since he was a baby. And there's documentation, so I want you to take advantage of that. So without further ado, thank you so much. We love you. We appreciate your participation. And now it is my pleasure to introduce to you Elder Manga. Thank you.
It is a pleasure to see you and meet with you today. My name is Elder Mangakahia, but some people call me Elder M. I am a missionary for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and we teach about Jesus Christ. I am a missionary, so you may see missionaries in twos. So there's another half of me. I would like to introduce you to Elder Cry. Elder Cry from Utah, and he is amazing at computer science, and he is fluent in sign language.
Oh, wow.
And then the next, we have 4 sisters who are in Heart Lake Ward, the ward or the congregation that we meet at for church. So, Sister Fragapane, stand up. Everyone, clap for Sister Fragapane. Sister Fragapane, and Sister Mo, Sister Fudsham, and Sister Mayuta. They are wonderful. If you ever have any questions, give them a shout. Now. Okay, so my show is about family history, my heritage, where I came from, and what I like to do. So, who likes to travel? Put your hand up if you like to travel. Awesome, I like to travel. My favorite place to travel was here in Australia, in West Australia, in a place called Ningaloo Reef. In the Ningaloo Reef, we swam with whale sharks that are about 15 to 18 meters long. It was a bit kind of scary, but it was cool. And so, I love to travel. So, the name of my show is called Mana, the spirit of Polynesia. But before that, I want to get you to do 2 things. First, is if you have any questions, ask me after the show. Number 2, can you say these vowels after me? Ah.
Ah.
Eh. E. O. U. Good. Ah, eh, e, o, u. My father in New Zealand used to say these vowels. Ah, eh, e, o, u. He would say them so he could say Polynesian words. He would have to say his father's name, my grandfather's name. grandfather's name is Hone Hoturoa Tere Mangakahia. So that was pretty hard for him, but some people just called him Tim. So I'll be getting you to say a lot of words today. Some words you've probably never heard before. Can you say this word? Mana.
Mana.
Good, mana.
Mana.
Yeah. It's called mana because the A is pronounced mana. Some people see it and they say mana. It's mana. Mana has a special meaning. It means strength or unseen power. So the name of my show is called Mana, the spirit of Polynesia, the spirit of my people. So I have to show you where Polynesia is. Put up your hand up if you have seen Polynesia before, if you know where Polynesia is. There's a couple of people. Polynesia is a triangle of islands here in the Pacific Ocean. The Pacific Ocean is around 12 million square miles big. Starts up here in Hawaii, goes down to New Zealand, across the Easter Island, and back up. All the islands in between this area is called Polynesia. Now, I want to tell you, my grandfather was born in New Zealand, my grandmother was born in Fiji, my father was born in Malaysia. On my mother's side, my grandfather was born in Africa, Uganda. My grandmother was born in England. And my mother was born in Tanzania, in East Africa. And so, I want to tell you about my great-great-great-grandfather. His name was Henry Riley Bennett. And he was from Ohio, in North America. When he was 20, he jumped on a ship and sailed all the way down, something like this one, to Australia and New Zealand. He hopped off in New Zealand. And when he got there, the Maori people wanted to kill him. So, a young girl at the time, Matira Pokia, she saved his life. And later they got married. And here I am. And so I'll be taking you to a few places. We'll start here in North America. We'll go down to New Zealand, and then back up to Hawaii, and finish with a little bit of hip-hop. Hip-hop. I want you to... here is a native chief. Like New Zealand, it had a lot of different tribes. A lot of different tribesmen, a lot of different people, and different languages. They would use sign language to communicate. Listen to this chief as he talks to his people. I want you to listen to the message he has to share while I do this sign language. This is Gomasa.
Long ago, an ancient war chief counseled his people in the way they should go. He wisely told them education was the ladder to success and happiness. Go, my son. Climb that ladder. Go, my son. Go and climb the ladder. Go, my son. Go and earn your feather. Go, my son. Make your people proud of you. Work, my son. Get an education. Work, my son. Learn a good vocation and climb, my son. Go and take a lofty view. From on the ladder of an education you can see to help your Indian nation and reach, my son, and lift your people
Alright.
up.
I want all of you to join in with me. Everybody join in. Ready? You ready to go? Go, my son. Climb the ladder. Earn your feather. Make your people proud. Good. Come on the ladder. Ready? Ready? You gotta reach this side. And reach this side. Pretend like it's really heavy. Ready? Lift. And give yourselves a round of applause. Thank you. That was Go dance I want to show you is a Native American hoop dance. Now this hoop dance is what they do in North America and Canada. They do it a lot of different ways and they have a lot of different meaning. The meaning I want to share with you is this. Each hoop represents a challenge, something we have to face or something we have to go through. I know we all have challenges. The thing is, we need them. Every time we pick up a hoop, we get stronger. My challenge today is to hop, jump, and skip round and around and around until the music stops and not fall over. In this dance, I'll be making some shapes. I'll make a horse, a cactus plant, a butterfly, a flower, a bumblebee, and an eagle. Watch carefully as I do this dance because I'm going to get someone to do this after I do it. This is the Native American hoop dance.
Can you hold it?
And while we're getting the black lights, I want to share with you that my Henry Riley Bennett, that guy that sailed on a ship, his grandmother was Native American. And so my dad went back to America. He found out this hoop dance, and so since I was a little kid, he has taught me. This is the Native American hoop dance. Will someone turn off the lights, please?
Wow, that's cool. Wow. Wow, that's beautiful, man. That's just beautiful. That's beautiful. He made me cry. My goodness. Well, thank you for crossing. Appreciate that. No, your turn. Don't stop because so he has his whole video.
Okay. I gotta volunteer. Yes, you.
Somebody in the back.
What a mission does here.
You get all tuckered out now.
What's your name? Mary Faye? Give Mary Faye a round of applause. Yes. Who believes Mary Faye can do this dance? Put your hand up.
Yes!
It's important to have people believe in you, but more important is to believe in yourself. Put your hands out like this. And we're gonna put one on this side, the other on this side. Put your hands up like a rocket above your head. That's it. Over this side. One on here, one hand on here. That's it, yeah. That's good. And bring your arms apart. Oh. Still hold on, yeah. Hold on to here, good. Bring your arms apart. Still holding on to this. Ready? See these two? Yeah. No, the other one. Yeah, and hold on tight. Ready? See this one? Yep, that's it. And then the other one. Good. Now hold it tight as again. Now bring your arms apart. Good. Yeah. And hold this one. And hold it tight. Both of them. Yeah, that's it. Give her a round of applause. Nice. Hold on. Hold tight. Yeah, that's it. Good. Now turn around. Give her a clap right here. Hold on to it still. 1 foot through here. Yeah, 1 foot through. Yeah, good. Yeah, and the other one to the other one. Oh. Right. Yeah. Here's a beautiful butterfly. Butterfly. Yeah. Take your foot out. And the other foot out. And give her a round of applause. Give her a round of applause. So I want to remind you of what these hoops represent. Each represents a challenge, something we have to face, or something that we have to go through. Do you remember when you couldn't do up your shoelace? Well, that was a little challenge. Once we overcome that challenge, we get stronger. Never have to worry about that challenge again. But sometimes, this happens. We get a lot of challenges. That's when it gets a little bit harder. That's when you need the help of your family and your friends. And when we get this many challenges, I'm fit. When you get this many challenges, you have to do them one at a time. Each time you pick up a hoop, you get stronger and stronger and stronger. You get really strong. I want to, if you decide not to pick up a hoop, you decide not to get strong. I want to leave you with this thought. If you were a bird, would you want to soar in the sky with the eagles? Or would you want to hang around on the ground with the turkeys? You can soar in the sky with the eagles, or you can hang around on the ground with the turkeys. It's up to you. Me, I want to soar with the eagle. Eagles, put your hand up. Turkeys, put your hand up. Hey. It's okay, we need turkeys, because the eagles need something to eat. Can you say this word? Kia ora. Kia ora. That was good, but I need a little bit stronger. Kia ora. Kia ora. Yeah, that's better. Kia ora means hello. New Zealand. I want to remind you of Polynesia. Polynesia is a triangle of islands. You go from Hawaii across to New Zealand, down to New Zealand, across the Easter Island, and back up. All the islands in between here are called Polynesia. Now, although these people are Polynesians, they have a lot of different customs, a lot of different languages, and a lot of different clothes. Now, I'm going to go to island. To do this, I have to change my costume. Now, I don't have time to run outside, change my costume, so I have to do it right here. But it's okay, I'm prepared. I have shorts on. And if you're really worried, you can go like this with your hands. Okay? I'm getting changed now. This is called a pew-pew. Say pew-pew. Pew-pew. Good. Pew-pew was worn around your waist like this. It was also worn with a cloak made of feathers and a plant called flax. Now these days, the men wear a sash around their chest. Can you say this word? Rapaki. Rapaki. Try this. Now say rapaki. Rapaki. Good. And they wore their rapaki over their shoulder like this. One more thing before I do my next dance. In New Zealand, you would call the natives Maori.
Maori.
But that's not how you say it. You would call, say this, moldy. Moldy. It's kind of like moldy bread or moldy cheese, but that's how you say it. The Maoris would wear on their face what they call a moko. You would know it as a tattoo. They would carve deep into their face. Sometimes it was so deep, it would kill some of them. I used to think, why would they do this? Because it would have been very painful. I'm going to show you with a pencil on half of my face some of the designs and what they meant. Now, today, we don't need tattoos. We can show how we feel by our words and our actions. This was how they did it 100 years ago. Whew. So, the first place was on your forehead. What rank you were in your tribe. If I was a chief, my forehead would be covered in these lines. This is done with a pencil. It was not done with a pencil, it was done with a sharp tool like a chisel. And at the end, you weren't even allowed to say, ouch. The next one is your signature on your nose. It's a funny place for your signature, isn't it? It would look something like this. I'm doing half of my face because of time. They would do both sides of their face exactly the same. The next one is your wairua, or your spiritual standing. This would go on your chin. The women would have it here on their chin and on their lips. The men would have it here on their chin, on their lips, and their whole face. And it would look something like this. The next one was here on your cheek, or work you did in the tribe. Now, you had to be very careful when you're doing this part of your cheek, because this part of your face is very soft. You did not want it to go all the way through, because it would hurt very much. Okay, which side do you like the best? This side? Or this side? Okay, so, now I want 6 of the biggest, meanest guys here. Can I get some volunteers? 6 of the meanest. Oh, well, you don't have any volunteers. I'm gonna get some. Ready? Give him a round of applause. Brother Poulin. Everybody give Brother Poulin a round of applause. Come up. Up. Yeah, come on. Oh, and Miguel. Everybody give Miguel a round of applause. You stand here. Yeah. You stand here. Yeah. You stand here. You stand here. You stand over here. Yep, you too. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need one more. Here we go, Zachary. Welcome. Everybody give Zachary a round of applause. Alright, good. Alright, we're going to show you what they call a haka. In the haka you have to be two things. Number one, you have to be loud. Number two, you have to be ugly. But these guys aren't ugly enough, so we're going to help them out with that.
Are you serious?
Go on, you hit.
Come on, Miguel!
Good, all right. Okay. All right. So, put your legs apart like this. Bend your knees, back straight, arms out, shake your hands. Now your eyes, you have to be like this with your eyes.
That's too
Like this.
far.
Good. Okay. When I say the word hupe, you know, from your stomach you go hee. Okay? Okay, ready? Hupe! Hee! That was pretty good, but I think they need a little bit of help. So I want everyone to stand up. Everybody stand up. Okay, legs apart, bend your knees, back straight, arms out, shake your hands. When I say the word hupe, you're all gonna go hee. Ready? Hupe. Hee. Yeah. That was part one. Now we have part two. So you shake your hands like this. When I say the word hupe, you're gonna go hee, ha, blah. Ready? Hupe. Hee, ha, blah. Lift your legs like this. Lift your legs like this. Ready? Repeat the words after me. Humpati, dumpati, sad on the wall. Humpati, dumpati, sad on the wall. Humpati, dumpati, had a great fall. Humpati, dumpati, had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men. All the king's horses and all the king's men. Put up together again. Give yourselves a round of applause. Have a seat. Thanks, guys. Thank you. Oh, yeah. Okay, that was Humpty Dumpty. That was pretty good. But I'm going to show you the real haka. In New Zealand, a team called the All Blacks that play rugby do this war dance. And but haka means something. It has two meanings. The word ha means breath or spirit. The word ka means to strengthen or unite, ignite. And so haka means ignite your spirit. When we have a task that we have to do, our spirit, our fire, has to be burning. And so I'm going to perform a haka called kamate. Kamate is a story about a man. His name was Terapaha. He was a chief, but his people were going to kill him, and he escaped. Kamate means kill. He was going to be killed. Kora means he lives. And this haka is his story. I become the storyteller. And I want you to see, through my eyes and through my actions, you can tell how he feels. I've asked some people that I have shown this haka to come up and do this haka with me. If they could come up, please, and join me for the haka. Elder T and Miguel. Come up, Elder T. Everyone give Elder T a round of applause. And Elder Frank. And Elder Wehi. Where is he? Where he? Elder Wehi. Come on. They're a bit rusty, they haven't done this in a while, so bear with them.
Where's the elder? Where he from? Hawaii?
New Zealand.
Pakio, Pakio, why Takio? Oh, come on, the door. Oh, come on, the door. Uru, te tanata. Uru, na, no, tiki, mai, aka, piti, te. Arohupan, 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 ne, topan, ne, piti, te. Can you say this word? Poi. Poi is spelled P-O-I. Poi. In New Zealand, they would use the poi to help with their skills in fighting. They would use it for a weapon called a taiaha. They would use it to strengthen their wrists and their arms. The men used to do the poi, but today, now the women do it. And so my grandma taught my dad, and my dad taught me. So this is the poi. I want to get 8 volunteers to do this dance with me. Yes, come up. Yes, you too. Give them a round of applause. Who else would like to do it? Come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Anyone else? Yeah. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll do it at family reunion. 8. All right. Everyone get a point? Hold it halfway because they're a bit long. All right, so you come over here. Stand over here. Good. You stand over here. You stand over here. You stand over here. Over here, come. This way. You come over here. Over here. Good. You over here. Come on this side. Stand over here. Good, and come more this way. Over, right over there. Good, okay. We are gonna do the point. Now, it's okay if you don't know what to do. Just copy me. And if you make a mistake, smile bigger. Here we have the point. Ready? Step your feet like this on the ground. Now, swing your toes. Good, give it a round of applause. Now we're going to step 2 steps in the ready? Go. 1, 2, other side. 1, 2, other side. 1, 2, good. Now we're going to do a crisscross. Ready? I'm going to cross. Ready? Cross. And good. And cross. And down. Cross. Good. Next, we're going to do the helicopter. One goes ahead, one on the side. Ready for takeoff? Alright, let's try the bird. Okay, so we're going to swing upwards, backwards, like this. And now we're going to bring them together, like this. Alright, crisscross again, ready? Cross. And cross. And cross. Okay, what I want everyone to do is pat your head and rub your tummy. So pat your head, everyone, pat your head and rub your tummy. That's what we do here. Now I want you to change. Ready? Change. And again, change. Change. Alright. We're going to do a crisscross again. Cross. Good. Cross. Good. Cross. Now we're going to take 2 steps. Ready? 2 steps. 1, 2. Good. 1, 2. Good. Everybody kneel. Kneel. Point up. Give him a round of applause. All right, that was the point. I have to take you to another place. Say aloha. Aloha is hello from Hawaii. In Hawaii, they wear what they call a lava lava. Can you say that word? A lava lava. Oh, yep. Many Polynesians wear an lava lava. And they would wear it around their waist, something like this. Oh. You would know it as a sarong. But this is what they call an lava lava. They'd also go to the mountains, and they would go to find tropical plants. And they would put these plants around their ankles, around their wrists, and around their head, and around their neck.
Cool.
Now, put your hand up if you have seen, wait, I want you to say this word, uli uli.
Uli uli.
These are uli uli leaves. Uli uli. In Hawaii, I know you have seen this dance. Put your hand up if you have seen the movie, The Lion King. Yeah. Do you remember at Pride Rock when Timon and Pumbaa were distracting the hyenas? Timon put on his hula skirt, he grabbed his uli ulis, and he did this dance. But he had different words. Here are the proper words and the proper moves. Also from Hawaii, or near Hawaii, is a place called Tahiti. And we have two sisters from Tahiti. And four sisters from Tahiti. In Hawaii, they do lots of different hulas. In the past, the men used to do a lot of the hula. But now these days, the women do the hula. Look at their actions. It resembles the waves in the sea and the fish in the ocean, and the trees on the land. The hula was representative of a lot of the different environment around Hawaii. So here is the hula. I have two brothers. I have a younger brother, elder Mangakahia also. He is serving a mission in South Korea. He loves to play basketball and so he's serving in South Korea. My younger brother, Kuba is his name, K-U-B-A, Kuba. One day, he loves to dance too. He loves hip hop. One day, he said to my parents, I want to go busking. So we're like, oh, okay. Well, you make $10, that's great. And so he went out in his little suit. He put busking is like street performing. That's what we call it in Australia, just so you know. He would put his little hat in front of him and do his hip hop. And so we're going to do some hip hop today. There were a few things that he said that we have to have when we do hip hop. Others. One of them we have to have is baggy pants. So I got some baggy pants. Ta-da! The next was some shoes. Put some shoes on.
Oh my God! What is the wrong with that?
Oh, that's a pencil sharpener.
That was a pencil sharpener.
Oh my God! That's crazy.
Then he said, you have to have a cool shirt. So I got my Aloha shirt from Hawaii. Put it on. This. And then you have to have a cool hat. So, put this shirt on. Sorry.
There we go.
And you have to have a cool hat. So, I want all of you to stand up. Everybody stand up.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sometimes you can take away.
One more time.
Okay.
Now we're gonna look this way. This side.
With the air, like I don't care, baby, by the way.
Put both hands inside.
Because I'm happy, I'm alone. If you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy, I'm alone. If you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy, I'm alone. If you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy, I'm alone. If you feel like that's what you want. Come back, new, talking to me.
Pretty good. One big laugh. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Give me all the love.
Like that. Good. Ready?
I should
Ready?
probably warn you, I'll be just fine.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
No offense to you, don't waste your time. Here's why. Because I'm happy, I'm alone. If you feel like a room without a roof. If you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy, I'm alone. If you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy, I'm alone. If you feel like that's what you want to do. Bring me down, can't nothing bring me down. It loves to bring me down, can't nothing bring me down. I said, bring me down, can't nothing bring me down. It loves to bring me down, can't nothing bring me down. I said, 'cause I'm alone, feel like a room without a roof. I'm alone.
This is amazing.
Finish off.
I know. It's a good sheet.
To finish off, I just want to say that I am so grateful for what my parents have taught me. And because of what they have taught me, it has given me opportunities, and my brothers opportunities. And I know because my father, he went back and he searched for his ancestors that I was able to have this. I was able to know all of this. And so, actually in New Zealand, I found out there's a statue of this lady. And her name is Meretatai Mangakahia. She was one of the first women in New Zealand to stand in Parliament and ask for the vote for women. And so, when I found that out, I thought, man, that's really cool. And I know that as we look to our ancestors, as we do our genealogy, that when we are able to know about our family history, that we can know who we are. That we can know who we are. I believe if you don't know where you came from, you don't know who you are. And so I invite you to find that out. Ask your parents, ask your grandparents what their stories are. When I dance, I'm telling a story. Countries will continue to dance because they continue to tell stories. So we invite you to sit down with your family, put on the tape recorder and say, hey, what's your favorite color? Because 20 years down the track, 30 or 50 or 100, their grandchildren will see that video, be able to learn from their ancestors. You know, as we do this, this is how we pay our respect to them, as we get to know them. I leave this with you. In the name of Jesus Christ, amen.
One more big round of applause for Elder Mangakahia. Brothers, sisters, friends, same faith, different faith. It's one life, and we have this wonderful opportunity to be together, live in this wonderful world. And though we are from different cultures, we have one thing in common, that we are all children of a loving Heavenly Father. And we're so grateful for the opportunity that you have come here. And this would not have been possible if we didn't have an audience. So again, thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts for coming and enjoying this wonderful evening. Before I let you go, one of our leaders from the Brampton area, he's here and he just showed up. And I don't know if you want to say anything, President Gooby? Any, we don't care.
All I would say is, I can't dance. We love you, Elder. We are so excited to have so many of you here tonight. We hope that you feel this spirit of love and welcome, unity, fellowship. Please come back and join with us for future opportunities, events. Christmas is coming. We're just thrilled to have you all here with us tonight. We love you. Thank you. And have a great night.
So we are going to, we're at the end of our show. There's still the pavilions. There may have food around.